Okay. All right, we'll wait 1 minute more and then we will get started. Hello, Bakir, how are you? So good you could make it. Sure, Fahad, you can record. In fact, we're recording it for you. Okay, you're recording it through autodata.ai. Interesting. There you go. You're using AI to record this. Dr. Rakesh, how are you? Wow, nice
Very
surprise.
well, pleasure to see you again. I was
Yeah.
so I wouldn't have missed this.
Yeah, wonderful. Good. I hope not to disappoint you.
No. It'll be very, very good. I'm so happy to see the kind of topics that you're picking up. They're absolutely amazing.
Yeah, good. Excellent. All right, it is 7 o'clock. Let us get cracking. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are from. So most of you are from India. But meanwhile, yeah, if you can put in the chat for me, please, which city you are from, and if you're from outside of India, then even which city and country. And Delhi, Kolkata, Bhubaneswar, Myanmar. Wow, good. Mush Fazal from UK, Monisam from Bangladesh, Dubai. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, you made it. Thank you for your messages. So encouragement. I got all of them. So I got each and every one of them, the tweets as well as the emails. Thank you, Carolyn. Oh, Rita, you're from, of course, I forgot you were from Iran.
Can I switch on the speaker, or you want me to put on headphones with my question?
What?
Everyone, if you can just go on mute would be good, because there's a lot of material I'll be covering. And I don't think I'll have space to take Q&A in between, but if you are patient enough to stay right till the end. Oh, yes, Akbar, good to see you. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Rajesh, just stay on alert and just keep everyone else on mute. Naren, good to see you as well. All right, lovely. Goody. Let's get started. Akbar Saab, wow. Absolutely, truly wonderful to see you. This is great. Okay, now let's
nice to see you as well.
Yes. I hope my workshop meets your standards. Now I'm very self-conscious.
No, you're better now. You're the guru.
Baba, that's from Garbia.
Okay. I've got a lot of material to cover, and as I've been repeating, let us get started. Next, dear friends, we're going to start with a poll. You have told me where you guys are from. I want to get a little bit sense of what do you do, and give me a sense of what is the dynamics of the crowd that I'm speaking to. So Rajesh, my dear friend, if you can launch the first poll, or in fact, I will launch it. So a little quick poll. Just let me know, what do you guys do? Very simple. Are you business owners? Are you working professionals, students, or something more? It's not multiple choice, or is it maybe? But it could be. Yeah, that should be fine. You can be a student and a business owner. I certainly am. And sometimes a professional procrastinator too. Okay, so most of you have answered. I'll be closing the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm closing the poll now. Cool. So as you can see, we've got around 30-70 split. 30% are business owners and 70% almost are working professionals. Oh, really? You didn't get a poll? Okay, just look. Most did.
I think that to connect.
Are you talking about? Yeah, I'm sharing the results in there.
Not connect with the page. Yeah. You know.
Guys, please remind you, keep going on mute. And I think. Okay, going forward, my second question to you, as you all aware, this webinar is on ChatGPT. How familiar are you with ChatGPT? How familiar are you with ChatGPT right now? So I'm going to put up a little poll on that. This will be very useful. I've heard of ChatGPT, but never used it as option 1. Number 2, I've used ChatGPT, but don't really see what's the so big deal about it. I use ChatGPT, but it's part of my their workflow. Sagar, you can't see the poll. Rita, you still not receiving the polls? Most people have answered it. Out of 96 participants, 82% have answered it.
Okay, I got the first one, not this one, but no worries.
Okay. If you've not got the poll, just let me know in fact, those who have answered, the poll is, have you used ChatGPT or you don't use it? In a scale of, I've never used ChatGPT, I use it, but I don't see what's the big deal. Option 2, option 3, it's part of my workflow. So those are the 3 polls. And if you do use it and it's part of your workflow, how do you use it? Please put that in the chat. Okay, and I'll be closing the poll in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. So it's a very interesting split. Majority have never used ChatGPT, number 1. Number 2, some have played around with it, 20%, but don't see what's the big deal really. And another 20%, wow, it's part of the workflow and perhaps, maybe it's just part of the extension of themselves. Okay. Now, I'm going to do a last final poll, and then we'll get into the content. And the last final poll is, a lot of the buzz you must have heard that ChatGPT is going to take away jobs. So what's going to happen? So I've got a little poll about that. Here's the poll. I'm scared ChatGPT or AI will take away my job. 2, I'm safe, but I can see how ChatGPT can take away others' jobs. 3, nah, this is all bunkum bakwas. ChatGPT will create jobs, not take them away.
Is there a 4th option where it will take away jobs and that's a good thing because we can live like kings?
Okay, I'm going to close the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and close the poll. What do you think the answers will be? I guess you probably would know, isn't it? Few more answers, come on, and let us go ahead. There you go. So nobody over here is scared of losing their job. Oh, very, very few people. But they get scared of maybe their friends or somebody else is losing job number 2. And a majority say, no, this is a game changer. It's going to actually create jobs. Right. So let me go into the reason we've come here and what I have to offer you. Thank you all for being on mute. This really, really helps. But please, 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 my dear friends, turn on your cameras. It makes a huge, huge, huge difference in my delivery and presence. So please do that. I want to see you, but yes, I don't want to hear you for now. Thank you so much. All righty. Why are you here? What's the promise of this webinar? Now, this webinar, ever since I advertised it, it has been changing. Every day as I've been preparing for it, the content has been evolving and developing. And in one sense, I have, from all my workshops and webinars, this is what I have most prepared for, because I've thought about it so much, but least under-prepared for in terms of delivery. Because as I'm researching for it, not only am I learning new things, I'm seeing new insights. And when I actually launched and advertised the webinar, I was using ChatGPT for a few weeks, probably up to a month, and was useful. And I was going to share with you specific prompts that, hey, use ChatGPT for this, and this is what it will help you do. And it was pretty much, I was giving you a fish that do this. ChatGPT will help you write emails and help you do a little bit of marketing. It'll help you do this, and etc. It was a little bit of that. As I started learning more about it, as I started playing around with it, as I started seeing patterns and frameworks and principles, I said, oh my gosh, this is so much more to this. And I'm going to offer you new worldviews. I'm going to offer you new lenses. I'm going to offer you new frameworks with which you will now begin to see your work around, definitely your work around you differently, as well as your personal life, as well as your relationships as well. In fact, every aspect of your life you will begin to see differently. How differently? Why? How can I say that with such confidence? Just like mute, guys, mute. Rajesh. Thank you. Just like, whenever a new piece of technology that came into your life, it can be the first time you've got your license and you got your car, your worldview changed. You got your first mobile phone, but whoa, your worldview changed and everything else changed. Internet, your worldview changed and your application around it all changed. Similarly, ChatGPT is that revolutionary. So what's the promise of the workshop over here? And here's the promise of my workshop. I will give you, it is one framework, but it's framework based on 3 sort of different worldviews that will help you generate ideas, complex problems, basically do anything. And that is the promise of this 1-hour webinar. To get to that, what are the 3 lenses that I'm offering you? Lens number 1. Now, lens number 1, what is the new lens? What is this new worldview? How are we to, Rajesh, I see her sound. Thank you. What is this new worldview that I can, you need to see around this world? Now, several of us, we have, majority of us have not yet started ChatGPT. And the fact that you are here, are looking at it, are exploring it, you are the 1% of the 1% of the world. So congratulations. Because the way ChatGPT is and AI is there is no going back. ChatGPT and AI is taking over the world. When is it taking over the world? Well, it started many years ago. It started pre-pandemic. There was already AI around us everywhere, and we are so used to it, we didn't even know about it. The subtle ways that AI was already there in our life. Google search was a very powerful AI. The way it was suggesting text, it could read your mind, what's happening, and suggest a text over there. Tesla has implemented a huge amounts of AI in their cars. The stock market, people, the algorithms that they use, that's also AI was already there. The difference now is it's become phenomenally good. We can't make the difference between AI and actual I, between an actual person that's there. That difference is emerging, becoming less and less and less. And I was using just ChatGPT, but in the process of actually preparing for this webinar, I'm seeing AI everywhere now. While I was writing, when I use the tool that I use, Notion, it was telling me, hey, Arif, can we write your speech for you? I was preparing these slides and the slide deck, the software I used to make the slide deck, Arif, we will create the headline and we will write the text for you. And some of it is actually really good. So these are stray apps where AI is right now, but it won't be long where everything around you will be talking to you. Your car will be talking to you, your fridge will be talking to you, maybe your chair will be talking to you, and talking to you like a human. And not only will it be talking to you, it'll be talking to you and will be saying things. You will have emotions, you will actually feel good about it, you will respond to it. At times you might be angry and annoyed at it. And the funniest part is what you're being happy about, what you're being angry about, what you're being annoyed about, the actual real life emotions, the experiences you're going through with the thing that you're going with, simply feels nothing. There is no spirit, no soul, no consciousness there, but it is controlling you. And that's the way it's going forward. You will see AI, and I'm talking about big things, but you'll start seeing AI coming up in Google Maps and everywhere. So it is here and it is taking over. There is no going back. The genie is out of the bottle. And the only question is how much, how far, and what the impact will be when it's taking over. There are deep implications to it. So number worldview is that worldview number one, it is here. And the fact that it is here, don't go up and try to compete with it because you are going to lose. At the same time, I'm not saying to embrace it and dive into it completely. I'm going to come to that point later. However, if you are trying to compete with it, if you are going to try to say, no, I'm now going to code better than the AI will. You think the AI can code well? Just watch me. Oh, I'm going to write better than the AI can. You think the AI creates good ads? You think the AI will write better? Just watch me. It is very rudimentary now, but it's getting good. It's getting fast. Perhaps it's not far-fetched to think that sometime later an AI can do this presentation way better than Arif Vakil can. It's going to get that good and pretty soon as well. So it is here, not going back. Yeah, there's so many science fiction that comes that actually seem realistic. How many of you remember Knight Rider? Just put me or yes in the comment section. This thing there. I know it's the science fiction have been writing about AI for so long, but it's something that we watched as children. Yeah, Knight Rider, Michael Knight, David Hasselhoff. That was AI there and it was so real. And half of it is already there. Self-driving cars are here. And to conceive a talking self-driving car is not fiction anymore. So anyway, so that's worldview number one. It's here, it's going to stay, and it's to what extent it'll take over is what we've got to see, but it's taking over. Worldview number two, like I said, don't look at AI as if you want to compete with it, but look at it as your own personal digital assistant, your own personal digital intern. Digital intern in doing what? Digital intern in whatever area of technology and expertise that you want an intern for. Most of you are professionals. Some of you are entrepreneurs and business owners, and there are always professional services you require. What are the professional services? What are professional services that you require? Instead of asking for folks in chat, you are buying a house. You need to draft a contract. You need a lawyer. You are setting up a new business. You need to write an advertisement. So you need to hire services of an ad professional. You need you need a team. So you need services of a team. You need HR. You need managers. You are a business owner. You need to do systems and processes. You need a consultant who will do systems and processes for you. Now, all of those services can be done phenomenally well by your new digital intern. However, However, just like any consultant, if you worked with any consultant, just like any contractor, just like any person providing a service, how well the service the contractor, service, consultant, coach provides depends how well you show up as a client, as a manager, as a conductor. The more present, alert, and specific you are that this is what I want, the better the result the service, the consultant, the contractor will give. So the ability of the digital intern, the ability of your consultant, service, contractor to deliver is directly proportional to how present, aware, knowledgeable, intelligent you are, and that you can then bring the best out of this digital intern. Because the digital intern now, the AI now is there to do. All the doing it will do. In fact, it will not only do, it will do a whole lot of the thinking. But now, comparatively, it will do the low-level thinking. Your thinking has to graduate, has to grow, has to become the higher-level thinking. You have to think now in frameworks. You have to now think in principles. You have to now think in lenses and worldviews. And you have to provide the lens, the worldview, the framework. And then the digital intern will go out and do. So what you will now have to grow and become, instead of actually doing it, you have to now be a conductor. You have to now say, okay, I want more of this. I want a little bit less of this. I want a little bit space over here. And you say, yes, sir, that's what you want. Oh, yes, ma'am, that's what you want. Here it is, here it is, here it is. So that's what your role will be. Your role will be now more to think, to provide frameworks, to provide lenses, to provide principles, to provide guidelines. I want more of this, less of this, provide limitations, and the AI will give and deliver to you. So your job is actually become, I don't know if it's become simpler or if it's become harder. It's a bit of both. So your job is now to do only 3 things only. The rest, everything the AI will do. So what are the 3 things only that you have to do? Anybody? No talking, just put in the chat if anybody has any guesses.
Okay, this is Satya. Arif,
Satya,
this is Satya here. Okay, yeah. First thing what I could say is that, visualization of what you want to do. That's one thing which it comes to mind.
Very good.
I don't have other two.
All right. Okay, very good. I'll move forward as the time is short. So the question is vision, direction, review. Okay, some really good, really good answers over there. And they're probably all right. But this is the way I put across. And Satya is absolutely right. You need to say, what do you want? But to do what you want, this is how I've put, these are 3 things you need to do. First, your job is now you have to do the thinking, and not just thinking, the higher level thinking. You've got to think on, what do I want? And then you've got to provide the framework of what you want, number 2. And then finally, after you've provided the framework and given the instructions, you will get a result. A lot of the people are saying that once they get the result, this is okay, this is not that great, I could have come out. No, but that's where your conductor side, your director side, your okay, I've got this result. How do I fine tune it? How do I craft it? How do I make it better? How do I want a little bit more of this and a little bit less of that. Go back and give it to me again. And work on it to a little bit and get that. Something that can take hours and days to do, you're getting it in seconds and minutes. And of course, crafting might take time, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, but you'll get a result much, much faster. Is that good news or bad news? It's a part of me is just terrible. I don't know why am I doing this webinar and why am I promoting it, because I keep having this conflicting side of me. But part of it says this is where it's moving forward. So the value judgment we can keep making, but that's what it is. So how to think. Is thinking hard or thinking easy? Please put in the chat. Is thinking hard or is thinking easy? It depends on what. Carolyn, what would you do without you? Sure, I'll come back to that point, Dr. Rakesh. Indeed. Thinking is hard. Thinking is hard. And you know what? I have done the thinking about the thinking for you so that you don't have to think. Truly, you have. Want to hear that again? I have done the thinking about the thinking for you so you don't have to think. If you think you've got ahas now, I'm going to provide you with a framework so that you don't have to think. You just have to show up, apply the framework, and do. Now, the more background knowledge you generally have, your aware and sense, the better that result will be. But at least the framework on how to think is there. So the key and magic about thinking when it comes to applying AI and specifically ChatGPT is one thing: you've got to be specific. Because it doesn't know. It is a bunch of code. It is arms legs, it is dumb. And if you ask it a dumb question, you will get a dumb answer. So you've got to do the thinking, you've got to be smart to be able to give it a good question, a better question, a phenomenal question, you will get a phenomenal answer. But you've got to do the work to get the good question, the better question, the phenomenal question. Now, to give an example, those of you who have used ChatGPT and what the sort of question you can ask it and will get, here are some examples. You could ask version 1 of the question, give me the idea of a logo. And it will give you a square box with a logo written on it. You wanted a logo? There you are. Yes, sir. How is that? It's terrible. That's not what I wanted. Well, then you didn't tell it. Be specific. Give me an idea for a logo for my company, Calm Achiever. Okay. So then it'll write Calm Achiever in a box and give it to you. There you go. How did I do, sir? That's terrible. So be specific. Give me the idea logo that gives a feeling of serenity, yet movement, achievement, gives you a high, yet peacefulness. Oh, okay. You want something like that. Okay. Then it gives you, how about you use this? It gives you a feeling of waves, which is peacefulness, and it's got it there. Okay, better, but still not there yet. So then let's go further. Give me a logo for my company, Calm Achiever, that gives a feeling of serenity, yet movement, progress, achievement for my target audience, who are business owners and working professionals. Oh, and ChatGPT AI knows that, okay, these are business owners. This is what they're looking for. This is their worldview. This is the target audience. And we can go much more detail there. And you'll get a much more specific here. These are the logo options. You can go even better. Give me 5 logo ideas that give this feeling. And then boom, you'll get it. Now, what you will get, will it be perfect? Will be implement right away? Of course not. But you since you provide the framework, you will get very good results to work with. And now you've got to wear your conductor cloak and then say, all right, change this a little bit, add this a little bit, and keep working with it so it becomes so much more better. Right? I'm going to give you specific examples. We'll get into this. But I want you to understand that how to think is how to be specific. Now, how to be specific. Is it easy to be how to be specific, or is it hard? Do you know what you want? Okay, only Chandradut finds it hard. So now this was my personal breakthrough. This was my personal breakthrough, which I'm sharing with you. And going forward, to apply, to come to version 5, it comes with practice. Then eventually, this is how you think. This is what you need to do. Apply this particular framework, and you will get phenomenal answers to almost every ChatGPT question. And I'm going to give you the framework now, and then I'm going to show you how I've implemented for so many other things. You can apply it just straight based vanilla, ask it something versus applying this framework. And this is not the only framework, but this is a really, really good framework. It's really good. And there are other ones, better ones, and you can fine tune it. But this is a fantastic starting point. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is one thing that you go back with that ChatGPT is here. You are a conductor. And number 3, apply this framework. And this is a framework. We'll pretty much go into the examples. And here it is. So this is how you be specific. This is your checklist. These are the questions that you need to answer. All you need to say, like Dr. Rakesh, I'll come to this and I'll come to your question, Dr. Rakesh. Perhaps you can ask it again. It's gone up in the chat. So your framework is, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it. This is what I want. Yeah. Now you're giving ChatGPT the whole background. Who I am. This is what I do. This is why I do it. This is the higher purpose, the higher principles, the values. These are my target audience who are doing it for. Sometimes our target audience yourself, sometimes your children, sometimes your market. Doesn't matter. Now, for all of this, I want this. Now, to give me this, I want you to be the expert. And then give me this in so many words, in so many options, in such and such parameters, voice and tone. I am not sure if this is clear or if this is confusing. But it's going to get clear. If it's confusing, it's going to get clear very, very soon. And to give you an example, Dr. Rakesh asked, will ChatGPT give market research results and match it to my business target audience? Oh, hell yes. Hell yes. In seconds. Right? So you got to say who I am. So I am, this is, mention your profession. I forget what you're the doctor of, doctor, but say you own a number of diagnostic labs. I am the owner of so many diagnostic labs. I perform tests on so many diagnostic tests. I do it to serve humanity. I do it for profit. I do it because I feel good about it. Give the reasons why you do it. This is my target audience. This is my patients. What I want market research on how my competitors are doing in these areas. Therefore, act as a market research in this industry, in this domain or in this geography area, and please provide me these results. And just see the results it will give you. Yeah. So earlier, when I was doing this webinar, it was actually going to be a very, very, very basic webinar, but as a sorry, I didn't realize I went on mute. I don't know how long I was on mute. Okay, earlier when I was preparing this webinar, like I said, it was a very, very basic webinar. And then as I was preparing it, I just went to the other extreme. I think that's what will really, really help you. So since most of you have not used ChatGPT, and where do you access ChatGPT? So there are many ways to access it. The easiest and simplest way to access it is to go to openai.com, sign up with your email address, and they will ask you your phone number. They're going to go into your privacy. It's something that you have to give up. And you can access it on the website. That is one way to do it. But that is a relatively slow way to access ChatGPT. The better way to access it is to download it on GitHub. So you need to Google GitHub ChatGPT, and the first link comes where you can download it using on various platforms, Windows, Mac, Linux. It's not a very simple, obvious download link, but somewhere in the middle of the page, you will find the link and you can download there. Now, ChatGPT is already old news. If you want to access it on your mobile, you can access ChatGPT 4 on the Bing mobile app. So download the iOS or Android Bing app. And you can access the same the advanced, a much better version of ChatGPT on your mobile. If you want to use it on your computer, ChatGPT 4, download the Microsoft Edge browser, click on the Bing icon, and you can use it there. For Bing, you might be on waitlist. I was on waitlist for a while, but I received an email, I think just this morning. I was off the waitlist for about a few days to a week, but I think now they've launched it to everybody. So it won't be long before you will have access to it. If you want ChatGPT on your WhatsApp, just like you chat with somebody, you can chat with ChatGPT on your WhatsApp and ask this on WhatsApp. You have to, it's a subscription service. It's not too expensive. It's a few hundred rupees. In fact, it's that economical. The WhatsApp service is God in a box. You can try that out, but after the Bing mobile app, you really don't need the WhatsApp service. You don't need to pay for it. Yeah, look, Seshas, I got Bing access 2 days back. So it's really, you won't have to wait long for it. So that's how you want to access it. So I'm not going to the technicals of it. You guys can figure that out. So given that framework, what are practical use cases? How can I actually use ChatGPT, right? Well, what are your problems? What are general practical use cases anyway? Well, this is how we pretty much spend our days. We spend our days doing one of two things. Perhaps this is just one way of doing it. We are either consuming or we are creating. Am I right? We are either scrolling YouTube, maybe going through Instagram, Facebook leads, or if you're a little bit more sophisticated, maybe we read books, we are consuming, or we are creating, we're generating ideas, we're giving instructions, we are writing emails, maybe more creative work, we are writing books, ideas, papers, articles, business plans, SOPs. We're doing one of those two things. Yeah. So we're either consuming or we're creating. So we can use ChatGPT for both. Now, how many of you have books on your shelves that have been lying there for a really long time that you've not even picked up? Can I see a yes in the chat? Ta-da! How many of you have videos on your watch later list that you have not watched and it's just climbing and climbing and climbing? Thank you, Bakir. Yeah. How many of you have received articles from your friends that you must read this? Yes, I must. And then you move on to the next email or the next thing there and watch it. Newsletters, yeah. So when it comes to all of that consumption, ChatGPT is literally. Now, you can use plain vanilla ChatGPT to do this, yeah? So now I have some use cases on what I've put ChatGPT for, and you'll only get the wow and the magic when you actually do it yourself, but I'm going to do it. Now, unfortunately, the rest of the presentation is very, very text heavy. So I really recommend if you're on your computer, you will not be able to read the text from your phone. And because ChatGPT is at the moment all text, and even the text, the slide software, the images were very small. So I will read out some of it. But anyway, just warning you that the slides, the picture is a little small. Bear with me for that. So now when it comes to reading books, you want a book to read, all you've got to do is go to ChatGPT and ask this question: please summarize this book for me. I summarized my favorite book. Please summarize Getting Things Done for me, and look at the quality of the summary. Getting things done is a product methodology. Main component GTD are capture, clarify, organize, review, do. Right? And those of you, most of your GTD practitioners know that how so well it's given this punchy summary. But okay, maybe Google can give that to me also. What's the big deal? Well, there is a little bit of a big deal. You don't have to go to a link. You don't have to see so many blog posts. You don't have to accept the cookies. You don't have to do that. And you don't have to say no to the say scuttle the ads and read the intro. This is, boom, it's given it to you. So it is quite valuable. Just do that for the books on your shelf and you will get a deeper insight to it. But you don't really want just this, isn't it? What more do you want from this book? Yeah, if it was getting things done, you've got the summary, big deal. Has it changed you? Has it made any difference? You're still the same person. You've got a little bit knowledge what it's about, but nothing more than that. So this is where the magic of ChatGPT comes and where you can actually go deeper. Now, if you remember the framework that I want, I'll go back to the framework that I mentioned. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it. This is what I'm doing it for. This is what I want. Act as this expert and please provide me this. You don't need to use all of this framework every single time. What I want is key. Act as an expert to provide you with a highly quality answer is key. And now the examples that I've given you, I've used some version of this. Yeah, like I said, it was coming so fast, I couldn't do it for every single one. So a lot of it was the time factor, but you will see some version of this. So please summarize getting things done, but that's not helping me. I've got the knowledge, but so what? What do I need to do? Tell me that, please. So that would save me going to workshop or getting coaching. So that's what I asked. What are the first 5 things I need to specifically do to implement GTD in my life? That's what I want. And then look at the answer. Capture. Set up a system to capture all your tasks and ideas in one place. Clarify. Go through it one by one. Identify next action for each. Decide it's actionable, not delete or file away. You guys are GTD crowd, so those are you. This is relevant to you. Those who are not, it may not be see the quality of the answer. Organize, review, engage. Now, I can go much, much deeper into this. I can ask ChatGPT, this is so difficult. Please explain this to me as a 5-year-old. I don't understand capture. Please understand capture to me. What do you mean capture all your task ideas in one place? How do I do it? I can drill down further and further and it'll get easier and easier. I don't need to read anymore. I can have a conversation. It's like having a conversation with David Allen himself, the author of the book. Yeah. Or with me, Arif Akil, a master trainer. If I can pat my own back for a while. Yeah. So that's how well you can use this. This is when it comes to books. What about YouTube videos? How many times you've come across a video and said, 1 hour long, forget it, kaun padega, kaun dekhega, too much to do. So this is one Neil Postman YouTube video. It is almost 1 hour long, 59 minutes long. Who's the time for it? What do I do? Now, ChatGPT didn't work well on this. I used Bing for it. And I asked Bing, please summarize this YouTube video. And I gave the link. And it gives such a good summary. I'm not reading all of it, just a bit of the highlights. This video is titled this. It's about this. He explains how technology is affecting our system, how it's affecting our morals, how it impacts democracy. He concludes that it is not inevitably reversible. This is a complex video, but something really deep to me on how technology is affecting. And a 1 hour video, it's given me not just a summary, but really good insights into this video. But then again, this itself is phenomenal. It is. But then again, all right, so what? I'm a GD type guy. What do I need to do about this? Maybe you can stop here. I got the information. That's all I wanted. But is this something you want to do? Now, I have applied that framework. I have applied that same golden framework. I have given this a nice name, working name at least. Arif's Idea Genie, for a better name. So how do we apply Arif's Idea Genie to this particular framework? So once you've got this answer and says that, all right, what's the big deal? What do I do? Now, this is giving a very scary scenario that technology is going to harm us. Technology is going to hurt us. Technology is going to affect our morals, our sense of history, our education system, our democracy. It's quite terrible. That's his point of view. So then, apply the framework and then see the answer that I got. This is the question I asked. Who am I? I'm a citizen living in 2023. I forget which century I am. Is it the 19th, 20th, 21st? I live in 2023. Technology like ChatGPT has just been unleashed. Yeah. I am concerned for myself and my children the impact of such powerful underlying technology. What do I want? As per Neil Postman, what should I do? Are there steps as per this expert? What should I do? Are there steps I should take to protect myself? Now, this is really small, so I will have to read it out. So first, be aware of how technology affects your culture values. Second, articulate the purpose of education for yourself and your children. Third, design your environment so that matches your intentions and identity. Fourth, engage in rational discourse in public. Given me exactly, this is what you should do. Who's telling me this? Neil Postman is telling me this. You can take Neil Postman, you can take Socrates, you can take Plato, you can take whoever your favorite expert is and say, what should this tell me? And then continue the conversation. It's too hard. Make it simpler. Make it into a poem. All of that it does phenomenally. So that's when it comes to consuming. How about when it comes to creating? What are the things that we create? We draft emails, WhatsApp messages, marketing content, ideas, blah, 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 blah. Right? How can ChatGPT help us do that when it comes to creating? So I'm trying to hire a teacher. That candidate we liked, it was trying to ghost us. So I asked ChatGPT, using my same Iris Idea Genie, I am trying to do this for a school I run. So I run a school, I'm trying to do this. There's a teacher who applied to us. We met over a Zoom call once. We've had to discuss it again, but currently she's not responding. Please draft me a WhatsApp message to persuade her to respond and get in touch. Keep the tone warm, friendly, welcoming. Doing this thinking is hard, but now you've got the frameworks. You just have to plug it in and look at the quality of the response. We were excited to meet you in the Zoom call. We are looking forward to speaking with you again. We believe you are a great fit for our school. We would love the option to meet you, know you better. Please let us know in there. Now, this is overdoing it a bit, but that's where your direct and conductor comes in. Okay, I'll edit this, move this, and that. Boom, sent. So, yeah, Rohit, you'll get a recording. So all this, you'll get the recordings. So you'll get that, and I'll. So everything will be there. Perhaps towards the end of the Q&A, I'll share the slides, whatever you want again. So there's just more and more examples of this. It's very, very text heavy. So I'm going to move a little bit fast now. But the point I want you to go with this, whatever you want, follow the framework, follow Arif's Idea Genie. So now if you want to market, how do you do for marketing? So I'm an accountability focused coach. I help distracted entrepreneurs overcome procrastination so that they can focus on the most important and highest leverage tasks by having one-to-one session with them once a week, just for 20 minutes. I would like to promote my services on Twitter. I would like to tweet ideas on focus. Could you please provide me 20 tweets on how focus is the most valuable commodity you own? And give some examples. It took me literally 30 seconds to write this. I was writing on top of my head. I was not really crafting it. I was just saying, I am this, I want this, I want this. Here are some ideas. And look at the gems it came over here. A lack of focus is the enemy of progress. Don't let it hold you back. The world is full of distractions. Your focus is your shield. Use it wisely. Your focus is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. So now what would have taken me so much thinking, creativity, this thing there to come up with some of these, I can ask my intern, hey intern, this is who I am. This is what I want. This is what I want it to look like. Please go ahead and please get it for me. They'll say, yes, sir. And boom, 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 boom. It comes in there. And then I can ask it to make it into a LinkedIn post. I can make it into a YouTube video. I can take one of these, make it into a tweet thread. This is just the beginning there. Now, I've used it for making tweets, but you can use it for what? You can use it to, create your ideal customer avatar. Use it for that. Once you've got your avatar, give ChatGPT, here's the avatar, here's my service, create headlines for me, create copy for me, create social media posts for me, create YouTube ideas, headline script around your service. The whole idea of marketing is to get attention and leads, and you will get that leads this thing there. So I've got two more last use cases on creation. So this is huge. Yeah, use ChatGPT for difficult conversations. I'm low in funds. I have bills to pay, school bills, hospitals. I need money. I want to ask my relative for a loan. I hope to pay him back. So it's the same. And look at it's the same framework. This is who I am. This is where I am. This is what I want. And to help me act as a difficult conversation expert. And please draft me an opening conversation that I can have with my relative. Please keep it sincere, empathetic, and persuasive. And I'm not going to read it. You can read it. You can see how it's a good first draft of that. Now. This is a good. Can you make it better? Now, since I have studied a little bit of difficult conversations, I know that Marshall Rosenberg and nonviolent communication is an expert in this. So what I did, I replaced act as a difficult conversation expert. I removed that with that person's name. Act as Marshall Rosenberg. And use nonviolent communication. So use your favorite expert over there. And then it's a long response, but this is phenomenal, this response. It really, I wanted to reach out to you because I trust and value our friendship. I know that asking for financial help can be uncomfortable and difficult, but I'm hoping we can have an honest conversation about it. It's making you really vulnerable. I want to be clear. I'm not asking for charity or expecting you to solve my problem. I'm reaching out in the spirit of mutual support and understanding. Because don't use this as this thing. The idea is to get into this space so that you can use your own words. But how do you get into that space? And lastly, I'm a student of religion, philosophy, and spirituality. That's the space I live in most of the time. This is time pass. So here's what I use for philosophical discussions. And this is phenomenal. So, you look at this space that you go for. And this is really the space I'm in now. I'm currently in the space thinking that there is more to reality than just physical reality. I believe there's a higher realm which encompasses reality. I would like a deep understanding of what makes all reality. What would William C. Chittick say about what is reality? How can we recognize it? What are responsibilities and duties to recognize reality? So I'm going to read paragraph 2 and paragraph 4. I think that summarizes it well. According to Chickett, there are different levels of reality. Each level has its own characteristics and ways of being experienced. He suggests that this physical reality is just one level. There are higher levels of reality that you can access through spiritual practice. What's the spiritual practice? Chittick believes that recognizing reality requires a combination of spiritual practice, intellectual inquiry, and ethical conduct. He emphasizes the importance of cultivating a heart-centered awareness that is grounded in compassion, humility, and love. And I can go deeper and deeper into this. So I'm going to wrap up and summarize now, guys. There are two ways to use and think of ChatGPT. I don't have time, quick and fast. So before you do anything now, you think ChatGPT. Many of us have seen the world before email. Before email, what was the method of communication? Anybody? Phone was always there, but what was between phone and email? No, after letters. Letters were there before. Fax. You've forgotten fax. It was fax. Some of you remember fax. So yeah. So, when I was working KPMG and, we were all faxing each other, faxing documents all the time. And our partner our partner was saying, why people use fax? Now use email. Why are you wasting all so much paper? So he put a sign on the fax machine. Think email before fax, right? So now I want you, before you do anything, think ChatGPT before do. Now, that's one way to think about it. Again, I'm not sure that's the way to go about it. Before you do anything, think ChatGPT, but think about it. You're tight on time, you need to get so much done. Ask ChatGPT to do it. Read a book, watch a video, ask it to do it. Result be rough, unrefined, but it may get the job done. Okay, that's one way to do it. That's one approach, one philosophy, one worldview. Second, be thoughtful and precise about it. And of course, you can, this is what I mean, somewhat lean towards, but yeah, if there's an option, do your utmost on a project, do the thinking, do the doing. And when you're stuck looking for a specific solution, because you've done all the thinking about it, that's when you fire up ChatGPT and craft a special, highly specific request to ChatGPT using Arif's Idea Genie. The quality will be phenomenally higher because you've already done so much thinking around it. And of course, that's just a very, very fabulous first draft. You will further edit, refine, and curate the answer that you get. That said, this presentation will be incomplete without the dangers of ChatGPT and AI. If you feel that you're giving something up, you're selling part of your soul in doing the process, because you are. You truly, truly are. You are becoming less human in the process. Do not think that this is neutral. This is just another tool, and a tool that I can use any other way. If I abuse it, that's fine. If as long as I don't abuse it, it's fine. No, I think there are serious psychological implications of using AI. I don't know what they are yet. So massive health warning. So yes, you are giving. As you continue to use it, you will realize you will become dependent on. You will be giving up more of your thinking, and we have seen that in our lives. We can't remember as much now as we could before. We can't do mental calculations as fast as we can do before. There are things that we can't do, and there will be less that you will be able to do, and you will become more dependent. So I don't know the full ramifications of it, but I am very cautious, and please be so. I move between using it and staying away from it, and I don't know what the balance is yet. However, so now, because you've got this phenomenal tool and you think you will be extremely effective, productive, will do so much. On the contrary, because now you have the options to do so much and you have the arms to do so much, you've got so much variety. And because of that, you will procrastinate that much more. There is one more clutter that is being added to your life for something to do, think, wonder, what have I gotten myself into? You think you had ideas before, now you've got 100 million more ideas for you to choose from and to pick up. Therefore, as Dr. Rakesh said in the moment, ideas cheap. Execution is what matters. And it is my constant challenge because I always have so much more ideas, really good ones. But to always hone my focus and to execute is where it becomes difficult. I don't know where I would be without my own personal focus coach. Having a focus coach gives you the greatest chance of success. You're constantly in action. You're always moving forward. There are no regrets. It's where you're automating your productivity. Yeah, so if this is something that interests you, if you are a distracted entrepreneur, if you've got so many things going and not moving fast enough, visit the finishers.club and you give us 20 minutes a week. And we guarantee that you will smash your goals in 3 months. What does it include? It includes a 60-minute session, a personal dashboard, your committed task, integrated calendar. So all you've got to do is just show up at that time. We check in, and that is the price. So with that said, my dear friends, I am surprised I finished bang on time. I thought I will be going over, but I may have lost some of you because I probably went really fast. So yeah, Guys, I'm around for questions for, let's say, till at least till 8:05 or till we run out of questions. So go ahead. Yes, Sagar, I can show this price again for the focus coach if that's what you want. How can you use ChatGPT on phone? Good question. There are two apps. Download Bing, B-I-N-G. Download Bing and you can use ChatGPT there, or download God in a Box. God in a Box, not download, visit God in a Box, and it's an app also, God in a Box. Then you can use it on WhatsApp. It's just like WhatsApp chat, which is pretty good. And download Bing on your mobile phone. I know I went really fast, guys. So if there's anything you want me to repeat, recap, is something that you did not get. Sanam, yeah, the website for the focus coach is thefinishers.club. I'll put it up on there. How can ChatGPT be used for solidifying my workflow, GTD workflow? You know, it can help you think of next action and projects. It's good at that. But it's more work to use ChatGPT to do GTD. If you want to do GTD well, get a focus coach. You will start doing it rather than working on it. That's what really helped me, with full honesty and sincerity. GTD coaching fees details, sure. You can contact, email Vishal. You'll get in touch with Chandra Dutt, please. Vishal, are you there? Chandra Dutt, if you can just share your contact details, somebody in my team will get in touch with you. Thank you. Take care, doctor. Sonam, so when you say ChatGPT for marketing, so marketing is, what is marketing? Marketing is putting your voice out there so that you get people in. So how do you want to market? Do you want to, you're putting your voice out there, you want to do a paper ad, you want to stand out in the streets and shout, you want to use social media. So when you pick a channel, ChatGPT will help you create actually good content for that channel. That's how it'll do. And the correct question is there that you used to ask it, that will help you do that. This is not a question related session, but do we have a larger community of GTD? I was a part of the Feb batch. We don't have a very active GTD community as of at the moment. I'm sorry. Can ChatGPT help me learn Asana project manager tool? I think it can. It can give you guidelines. It can this thing there. I follow the framework. I am so and so. I do this. I want to learn Asana. I have this problem with it. Please help me with Asana. I'll tell you what I use ChatGPT for. Recently, I put in. I was using Google Spreadsheets. So if you're definitely entrepreneurs use Google Spreadsheets. We all use Google Spreadsheets. And I was playing around with formulas. I'm very novice at formulas as such. It's been a long time since I did it. And my formula was breaking. I put the formula in ChatGPT. This is my formula. Please help me fix it. It read the formula. It said, this is what formula is supposed to do. This is the problem. Try this. And this is the formula. It fixed it. And I put that in Google Spreadsheet and boom, it worked. So Asana should be pretty easy for it as well. Rohit, you shared your email address. Is there anything specific that you want us to send you? We'll do that. Just let me know. Chandradut will send you GTD coaching and focus coaching details for sure. Ankur, you sent me a direct message. I'm not sure if, Ankur, I'm not clear on your question. If you can type it again, please share how to deal with conflict that is not your own, especially when you're using for posting articles, blogs, making ebooks. Please help me. I'm not clear on your question. Okay, people want details on the Finishers Club. Thank you, Ankur. Those who want details on the Finishers Club, please mention in the chat. I want details, and yeah, we'll save this chat and somebody in our team will get back to you. If there is somebody's question that I have not answered. Yeah, Venkat, you can share the details, please. Sorry, share your email, please. Rahul, if I want to reply to specific NPC and ask for reply, gosh, the quality of the reply it gives is really good. But that's its first draft. If you follow my framework, the quality is 10 times better and not exaggerating when it comes to 10 times. So yes, I will be sharing the deck and I will be sharing the recordings. Thank you, Shibin. You tried it out. Star pupil. Thank you. Try it. It is that good. Okay. I think we can wrap up. I don't see any questions. Once again, if you want details on the Finishers Club, please share your email address and we'll get back to you. And that's it. That's great. Now you can go off. It'll be good to hear your voice before you go. If there's any particular insight that really spoke to you, it would be good to hear that. And that's it. You can do that and sign off. Take care, guys. Good to hear your voice, and then we can sign off. Ankur, sorry. Sure. I did. Rajesh, can you unmute Ankur? He has a question.
Hi, Arif. Am I audible?
Yes. Go ahead.
Thanks for an amazing session today. So the question I was trying to ask was that, when like I generated few articles, blogs for LinkedIn to post. But I didn't post it because I felt, this is not my work.
Right.
So that's what I meant by conflict, because especially on the creating side, consuming side is fine. You're doing it for yourself. But so that's where
True. For one to feel okay about posting it depends how much of your how much of you has gone into it. And if you go ahead and do all the thinking and create the framework and create this and do all of that, and it comes as per this, and when you get that first draft, you don't post it as is. This is not me. And you craft it further to make it me, then it is you. But if you post it as is, then you should give credit to ChatGPT, co-author.
Okay. Thanks. I got it. How to deal with it. Thank you.
Yeah. Good question, though. Good question. Thank you. I'm sure it helped me and help others. Okay, thank you all so much for staying, guys. Yeah. Stay tuned, and hopefully, yeah, who knows, maybe we'll do more such quality webinars. Look out for the email with the recording and the slide deck. Yeah, so take care. Goodbye, dear friends. Bye, Min. Bye, Twinkle. Good to see you, Twinkle.